You're on the endless pursuit to perfect your game on Warzone, and I respect that. You've nailed down your primary weapon, sure. But you want to get the edge in a couple of extra gunfights and ultimately increase your chances of winning by having the best secondary possible equipped. Well, you're in the right place. I'm going to outline a few great options that all offer slightly different strengths based on your gameplay and your primary weapon. So I'll start by suggesting weapons that you can run with overkill equipped as your perk too, as this seems to be the go-to first loadout choice in the game before going to another loadout later in the game and equipping Ghost. So the first weapon I'm going to recommend is a sniper. This increases your potential kill range exponentially, so you and your team can be of use, whether that's in the middle of nowhere or on the top of buildings. In endgame, a sniper gives you the potential to stay out of the immediate action whilst picking off enemy teams and reducing their numbers with quite limited risk. Another massive advantage is that having a sniper equipped can get you out of tricky situations where a team may be taking shots at you whilst you rotate, and you can just pop up and show them your scope to make them dip, or of course give them a little bullet so they think twice about challenging too hard on you and your team. Now the sniper I recommend is the HDR, although the AX50 is also incredibly good. The advantage of these two snipers are that they have a quick aiming down sight speed, they have high damage, and they lack a significant bullet drop, making it quite easy to use for amateurs and professionals alike. There are many variations you can use on the snipers depending on your personal preference, but my attachments for the HDR are as follows: flashguard muzzle, variable zoom optic, and 7-round mag, and the presence of mind perk to stop flinching when you get shot. So there's nothing too flashy here, but it ensures that you can aim down the sights quickly and ensures you're not going to be seen on the mini-map in terms of showing up a red dot. My second recommendation is an absolute slayer of an SMG that is fantastic to have equipped whether you have a sniper or an AR as your primary. The main two SMGs on the block are the MP7 and MP5, but my personal favourite is the MP5. Maybe that's because of nostalgia from COD 4 or the fact pros use it every week. I don't know, but it burns the lobby. Now having an MP5 equipped for some people seems a little counterintuitive, since the Warzone map is absolutely massive, but there are many instances where you're in close quarters gunfights and having the MP5 versus say an M4 or a Grau means you're absolutely gonna burn them. Now the best attachments in my opinion for the MP5 are monolithic suppressor, tac laser, commando foregrip, 45 round mag, and the stippled grip tape. This gives it the ability to beam at mid distances as well as close quarters, as well as having accurate hip fires for running and gunning. Now let's talk about the best classic secondaries, for when you're using Ghost as perk 2 and can't run a second primary weapon. For me, there's one first choice secondary that hails all over the rest, and I bet you know what's coming. It's the RPG. Hate it or love it, its versatility is just too good not to put on. Whether you're pinging a drosser in a vehicle or someone camping in a house, it renders itself very useful time and time again. Next up, there's the Renetta Pistol. With the right attachments, this becomes as good as some SMGs. The attachments I recommend are the MK3 burst mod, the 5MW laser, the lightweight trigger, the 21 round mags, and akimbo. This configuration makes it so you can drop people at close range and honestly terrify the idiots you run into. For any Modern Warfare 2 players, this weapon is essentially the Rafficas when you put some of these mods on, and with the akimbo, it absolutely frightens me when I'm just using it, so I can highly recommend it. Finally, I'm going to suggest a more classical secondary, a straight up pistol called the M19. This includes no gimmicks and just requires good accuracy and a decent trigger finger. Recommended attachments are Cronin LP945 mini reflect sight, 1MW laser, XRKL super barrel, monolithic suppressor, and lightweight trigger action. Pop this on and you'll have high mobility and an incredibly quick ADS, but you do have to remember that you need a good shot with it, unlike something like the akimbo Renettas. When you've got the OP beams coming from a Grau, people may not be bothered what they run as their secondary, but frequently it's your secondary that can make the difference in terms of winning you the actual match. So I hope you've taken something away from this video. If you have, please give it a like, and if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe and make my day. So that's all for now, friends. See ya!